Hi everybody. It's Tuesday. I know that, but I say I want to look at the camera. I don't. I don't know where to. Anyway, I'm looking this way, so I'm gonna be at an angle. This is the way it's gonna be. Anyway, it's Tuesday, but we're continuing Monster Monday from yesterday. It's been very busy today, so uh, got a lot of other things to get done as well. So this will probably be for what I do for Tuesday, unless I can squeeze something else in. I will upload it to the playlist for Monster Monday, though. Okay, Intellectual Devourer Larva, the Ustilagor. Or, I'm probably saying it wrong. See that thing? Come on. Imagine a bunch of creepy things like that. Let's learn about the larvae of our sci-fi horror monster lurking in D&D. Or any place you want to put it, really. Climate and terrain, dark, moist areas. Sounds perfect for a sewer to me. Or deep, or even a dark swamp, with lots of tunnels and yeah, you're like tunnels and swamps. Well, they got islands and stuff. Yeah, you could work this. Yeah, don't think they always have to be civilized areas or ruins. Think outside the box. Where might this thing live in nature? Frequency, rare. Organization, solitary. Activity cycle, during darkness. These would be great on a planet that goes through like a really dark period of time. Can you see them like multiplying and taking over a world? Like if something happened to the sun? Just putting it out there, man. Have fun with it. Diet, emotions. Intelligence, not rateable. Treasure, Q. Times, that's in parentheses, 1d20. Alignment, neutral, in parentheses, evil. Number appearing, 1 to 3. Armor class, 5. Movement, 9. Hit dice, 3 plus 3. THAC0, 17. Number attacks, 1. Damage attack, 1d4 plus 1. Save versus poison or double. Special attacks, psionics. Special defenses, psionics. Magic resistance, nil, see below. Size, T, brain sized. Morale, unsteady, 5 to 7 in parentheses. And experience value, 650. And remember, these are for the second, this is a second edition D&D monster. So convert accordingly. Always compare the monsters from previous, like something like D&D that's been around for a long time. So, feel free to go see what 1E was and what they had popped up in other things, and then go look what they, in later editions, how they, similar creature appears or disappears. That happens too. And, more recent editions that come after this, you might be using 2E rules, say, but you can still get like, oh, this is where they went with the monster. Well, wait a minute. That's actually a good idea. Or, ooh, they dropped this idea, but that idea was cool. I'm putting it back. Seriously, do it. Do it. Always do a little diligent research. So you know the full range the monster has been. And always change things if they need to be changed, even if it's not something in the books. So let's read about it. The Ustilagor are the larval form of the Intellect devourers. Like their parents, they look like brains with 4 legs. However, they have much smaller, and their bodies are soft and moist. They lack the hard covering, which they will eventually gain as adults. Ustilagor also have a 3-foot tendril, which is very flexible and agile. Unlike their parents, they have coral-like legs with no feet, so they travel slowly. Even so, they can jump and dart with amazing agility. So they got the movement as 9, and then that's why their armor class is 5. Combat. Ustilagor can attack by striking an opponent with their tendril while performing their own version of chemical simulation. That's what it says. They never fail when using this power and expend only 1 PSP per attack. Moreover, the acid is so caustic that the victim must save versus poison or suffer additional damage the next round, 1d4 plus 1, in parentheses here. Of course, this is not a highly effective form of attack, and the Ustilagor prefers to use either id insinuation or its advanced telepathic projection power. Of course it would. Using the latter, it can force its victims into one of 5 states of mind during a round. Hate for associates, distrust of associates, fear of fungi, loathing of area, or uncertainty. These projected emotions cause attack, bickering, desertion, or dithering accordingly. Note that adult intellect devourers lose this enhanced power and are only able to form telepathic projection. Though they are psionically endowed, Ustilagor seem to have no intelligence as defined by humans. Thus, attacks that affect minds, psionically or magically, do not function upon them, with the exception of psionic blast. Due to its unusual fungal growth, see Habitat and Society, they are immune to fungal attacks and any attack that affects an aura. Finally, Ustilagor use their energy containment power to protect themselves from spells and other applicable forms of attack. Ustilagor does not have advanced form of energy containment associated with their adult form. All Ustilagor are attracted to gems. They like shinies. No one knows why for sure, but it is suspected that Ustilagor use the germ. I'm thirsty. It is suspected that the Ustilagor use the germs for energy containment. These creatures will attack a being who's carrying gems before they attack any others. They can smell gems. Man, if you could drain one, just saying. Okay, psionic summary, level 3. Discipline 2, science 1, devotion 4. Attack is 2, Roman numeral 2. And defense is M subtract 1. So Roman numeral 1s would be insidious id. Let's see, score is 10, PSPs it has is 150. Only have psychometabolism, science is energy containment, devotion, chemicals, simulation, see below, telepathy, devotions, contact, insinuation, telepathic projections, see above. Habitat and society, the Ustilagor are so moist that fungi usually grow upon them. It's a symbiotic relationship. The fungi prevent the Ustilagor from drying out, and they also mask the creature's psionic aura. Thus, no power that affects an aura will work against the Ustilagor covered with fungi. Cerebral parasites cannot penetrate this layers of protection either. No one knows when or how the Ustilagor became intellect devourers, but no doubt has something to do with the minds and psionics. Sages theorize that the fungi also plays a role. It's interesting. It seems like people would want to experiment with that fungi to see if they could hide auras, since, they got that rule you can't hide your aura. Can hide an aura, but only when you're like super high level. Just saying. Like, it seems like people would be like way into it, but they only got 1 to 3 appearing, but in the picture there's like a whole bunch there. So I would think if you need more appearing, that's what you do. Okay, ecology. Mind flayers, illithids view Ustilagor as culinary delights. Ooh. If they survive the encounter, adventurers view them as treasure troves. As noted above, Ustilagors like to collect gems for energy containment. It's interesting. I think there's some things that if you were a clever DM, you could use. I mean, there could be Ustilagor farms that the player characters could stumble into. I mean, the mind flayers are not stupid. You know, they could be breeding Intellect Devourers to make Intellect Devourer larva simply for the fact that they like it to eat it. The psionic or magical or medical effects of the fungi, or how dangerous is that fungi? Can it grow and infest a player character? Just a thought. Or can the player characters use it to their advantage somehow? The fact that it's a delicacy, well, do only mind flayers like it? Or would there be like a weird underground market for, you know, Intellect Devourer larvae that, you know, the super rich, you know, like to eat slices of it chilled or something? I mean, well, all things to think about. Someone's got to go get them, right? What about those gems? Not, you know, they're just kind of proceeding like, well, they're gems. Yeah, but they're thinking they're using it for energy containment. Well, how's that work? Does that affect the gems? Do the gems suddenly become like endowed with something? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, would you keep Intellect Devourer larvae around to do things to gems? Like, would a wizard do that to help them create like a magical gem or something? I'm just throwing out some bones there for everybody to think about. You know, the fact that they do acid. Now they have the acid kind of low level, but do you want to make the acid, you know, beef it up? You know, like I said, like if you're playing like 5e where everything has that huge power buff. Man, Wizards of the Coast, back down on the power scale. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, yeah, I went in and nerfed my 5e stuff. That's what I did. Well, the players. The monsters, sometimes I didn't nerf. They should be dangerous, the monsters. Otherwise, you just end up with murder hobos. Because they're like, I can't die. I am immortal. No, you can die. Your paper person can die. So, but right here, you have all kinds of stuff. What if you got an area that became infested with these things? Oh yeah, messing with people's emotions and stuff. I mean, it, you know, and just because it says it only causes the emotional responses they have here, maybe you've got a good idea and you're like, well, no, I want this idea in there too. Just put it in. Just put it in. Okay. It's your adventure that you're putting out there. So you don't have psionics. All right. So maybe there's lots of other ways to use creatures like this. Think about what they're attacking. They're attacking the mind. Okay, first. So there's other ways to mechanically represent that in a game if you don't want to mess with psionic rules. You just, you know, research the type of powers. You understand what they're trying to do mechanically, and then think about how to roleplay that with the players and pick some appropriate saves for them. And don't worry about the PSP points or all that. I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you drop things down. So everybody has a static chance of succeeding or failing their saves based on their intellect, their intelligence, or their wisdom, or their charisma, if you think it's an ego thing, something like that. Just make sure you understand what you're going to use in place of PSPs and psionic rules, because you don't want the players being psionic, because there's plenty of trope where nobody's psionic, yet the insidious mind control powers of the alien, right? So tweak things the way you need them so that they work. That's all I'm getting at. That's the way it's always been done. Though we're going through the rules as written for 2E for this, out of this book, I recognize that not everybody's playing Advanced D&D. Not everybody's playing 2E Advanced D&D. And not everybody likes the idea of psionics in the sense of the game mechanics involved, but it's not like they hate the idea of what it can bring for role-playing, per se, or you're playing a totally different game. Not even D&D, So, but these are cool monsters. These are 1950 style sci-fi horror monsters. Right out of the black and white movies, now colorized for you. Watch some of those. Find some of those ones with the weird brains, and they got shooting laser beams and whatever. You can change these guys a little bit so they fit better for your setting. I mean, brains in a jar. Maybe they're really intellect devourers that are being kept in suspended animation, and somebody breaks all the jars open, and then maybe they're the larvae and they're being grown. Yes, brains in the jar. It's so much you can do with that one too. You can have that in D&D too, or any setting you want. So just throwing that out. Everybody have a great Tuesday. It's already been crazy for me, so see what else I can get done. Like, subscribe, comment. As you can see, I'm in a different space today. So other people are in my normal filming space because I'm behind, so I didn't get to stake my claim to the zone. We have to share everything here. We have to share. That's okay. I got an awesome lunch today. That was awesome. So, it's a good place to work. I'm blessed to work here. I really am. Just it's that time of year where everything goes crazy. So everybody have a great day. Like, subscribe, comment, and employer, if you see this, I am on my lunch break. Not on your dick-all-in time. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Because we do not run a company like Twitter, like before Elon took over. That's not what's going on here. Yeah, we got a budget. We stick to it and we work. So, a lot of the cool stuff that happens around here is because we come together and make it happen. I do a lot of the cleanup, so that way we can have a party or lunch stuff almost every day. It's cool. So you put into what you put into where you work is what you get out. They tell you that. What you put into school is what you get out of it. What you put into your job What are you bringing to work? And trust me, this place wasn't always happy. But, you know, the happy people here, the ones of us who have always been happy, unless somebody's really raining on a parade, we just kept bringing happiness. We now have happiness. Takes a while, but change can happen. So, and that is one of the reasons I'm blessed. New one. There's like, I got a list. It has to do with this job. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment. That's it. I guess that you guys know, the little bell. You guys know the deal. You're YouTubers. Internet people on other things. I hope you watch the video. I hope this gives you evil ideas for your Cthulhu campaigns or your Starship Troopers or whatever you're doing. I don't know. Frontier Space. That's relatively... You can get that at DWD, so I'm pretty sure that one's still in print. Mongoose Traveler. I know that's going on. Hopefully what I'm planning to do will work. And I'll get to do my first virtual game thing. Yay! Or, you know, Skype or whatever we're doing. Let's find out what that's like. You know, they dragging me out of the Stone Ages. I'm getting hot here. Out of the Stone Ages. It's going to be like super hot today. Sun right here. So, everyone, peace. Kept you too long. Have a great day. Be safe. Be excellent. Do your best to be the best you. And put that out there for the rest of the world. I think everybody has something good to put out. So everybody, no matter what you do, no matter what your hobby, have fun. No matter what's going on, I know not life isn't always fun. But just take a moment and try to focus on the things that are going right in your life. Because there's always something that's going right, even when a lot of things are going wrong. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Bye.